Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would?
Hi guys, I'm Lynn. He's Jonathan, and we're still Create and Capture Life, believe it or not. If you hear lip smacking noises and climbing noises, it's the dogs for some reason just had a snack, and for some reason they're all licking their chops. And the cats are jumping around, so.
They're all getting, the zoo's getting crazy.
Today we're going to talk about visiting the USS Alabama Battleship in Mobile, Alabama. I had to practice that one.
Yeah, it was actually really interesting. So we had planned on going there as part of our trip, and then we left New Orleans and we headed towards Mobile, and it was really, guys, if you get a chance to go there, it was really cool. You pull up and you kind of see the ship off in the distance, but you don't really know what's going on, and then you round the corner and boom, there she is. And wow, amazing. So as you come around the corner, it's like boom, there she is, and there's all kinds of cool stuff like all over the place. There's an entire tank pavilion, like you can go and like crawl around on. Well, I guess you shouldn't crawl around on them, but
well, there were a couple that they let you get on. We didn't do it, but you could.
Yeah, you can like go check out all these tanks. There's all these like different aircraft everywhere, and then when we went, right in the front, right leading up to the hangar, is a full-size, real SR-71 Blackbird with one of the engines sitting. They've removed the engine and it's sitting like right next to it, and you can pretty much walk right up to it. I mean, you'll see in the videos and pictures. It is spectacular. So at the one location you have, and I'm going to look at our list, you have the USS Alabama Battleship. You have the aircraft pavilion, which is inside, which has all kinds of really cool historical planes. Everything
from like World War I, Vietnam War, like all kinds of aircraft and stuff is really cool.
Yeah. You have the tank and artillery pavilion, which is outside. You have the USS Drum, which was a really cool submarine that you can actually take a full tour through. And I've been on other submarine tours, and they don't give you the same kind of access that they do. Like this one, like had some hatches and stuff like that welded off, but you could just go pretty much almost anywhere. It was really cool.
Watch your head.
Yeah.
If you're tall.
And then the Memorial Park, the Korean War, and the Vietnam Memorial, as well as a really cool memorial for U.S. Coast Guard. So you'll see all of those in the pictures in the video that we're going to share with you guys here in a minute. The day we went, the Alabama was still under a lot of construction. They're doing a lot of renovation, reconstruction, just a lot of really cool work. So you're going to see a lot of construction walls and a lot of fencing and stuff like that in our videos. But we were still able to go all over the place.
And it wasn't crowded at all. Like,
yeah, not at all.
There was hardly anybody there.
It was really, really windy though. So you'll see in some of our videos, I mean, we're getting blown around by the wind. When we went out to the bow of the ship, it was like just almost blowing us on our butts.
It was nice though, because we both like cold weather, and we had been dying of heat stroke all across the strip, so it was nice to get cold for a day.
Yeah. So so a lot of really cool stuff. They have a cool little store.
We bought souvenirs for various people, brought them back. My nephew just got his for his birthday in July, and sent me a thank you note for all of the cool things that he got. So as far as parking, there is plenty of room for RVs to park on site, which of course is what we did so that we could go out and check on the dogs. Turns out we didn't need to, because the entire tour only took us, because there was really nobody there. I think the whole tour took us about 3 hours. So we didn't have to go out there and check on them, but we could have. It was supposed to be $30 for an RV to park, but we only paid $5. So I don't know if it was because they weren't busy, or the lady was just being nice, or whatever it is, but it's $5 to park a regular car, and then it's $30 to park an RV or, you know, larger vehicles. So if you are planning on taking your RV, just know that you can park it and go out to it and go back in, and you can do all of that, so that's nice. Also, they're usually open 8 to 5, so keep that in mind. It's not open after dark normally. And they do have a gift shop, as Jonathan mentioned, but and it's supposed to have what's called the galley, ship talk, ship, not tea. talk. But when we were there, it wasn't open. The gift shop was open, but there was no food that you could get there. But normally there is, according to the website, there is like a galley and you can eat like snacks and stuff.
So the cool thing about taking your RV is if you don't want to visit the galley, you don't have to. You can just go out to your motorhome, and why spend more money? You've already spent about $18 per person, $15 if you're 55 and over, or $16 if you have a AAA membership just to get in. And if you are just if you're just getting there and you're looking to get in, we got a little confused, but there was some signs after we really looked at it. The entrance is in the aircraft pavilion, so you kind of walk into the aircraft pavilion, and that's where you start your tour, and then kind of go wherever. Buy your tickets and go wherever you want from there. So, but yeah, we didn't spend a lot of money there. We did buy some souvenirs.
Not a lot though, but we didn't. We paid $5 instead of $30 for parking. Yep. We did the AAA for him and the $15 one for me, and then we didn't eat or drink anything there.
Yeah, we had the motorhome, so we could just go out to the motorhome, and we hung out. Actually, we hung out there for a couple minutes. After we were done, we kind of drove around, took some pictures and videos, let the dogs do their business. So
plenty of grass around there. Lots of signs that say, obviously, clean up after your dogs, but plenty of grass to walk the dogs around and look at other things that they have out there. Everything from aircraft for U.S. Coast Guard to the memorials that he mentioned earlier. They're all out in the grassy area, and when we were there it had rained, and so the grass was pretty like squishy.
Yeah.
But overall the whole thing was it was a great day. It was definitely worth a visit, and so if you've never done it, you're thinking about doing it, I would put it on your list.
Yeah, highly recommend it. A lot of really cool stuff. If you're a military kind of like nerd like I am, like we are,
or like you like American history.
Yeah, history buffs, anything. Yeah, all kinds of really cool stuff. All kinds of really cool stories about all of the different planes and tanks and stuff like that they have on the site. So,
and there were a couple veterans there. I don't think that I was listening to one of them, and he wasn't being paid or anything from the place. He just happened to be visiting that day, and he was near one of the planes that he was familiar with. And so he was talking to a young gentleman and answering this guy's questions and telling him stories about the war he was in. Pretty sure it was Vietnam, if I remember right. But that was kind of neat because it was just kind of an unexpected surprise to have someone there that knew what they were talking about. So, but
pretty cool stuff.
And the whole tour is self-guided. So they give you a map, and then there is an audio thing that you can do. We didn't do that, but they give you a map and there's an audio thing you can do. But there are no guided tours.
Well, we're going to take you to our video footage of the USS Alabama.
See you back in a minute. Just an FYI on the Submarine, it is not accessible, handicap accessible. Not sure about the ship yet because we haven't been there, but the Submarine is not handicap accessible. Just something to know. This is the top of the Submarine. This is the part that obviously would be out of the water. as you're skimming along the top. And then if you keep walking back here, this is all of the, you can't get up here into this area. No climbing on any of this. But if you were going to sit up here and shoot from the submarine, this is where you would be. And then there's another huge gun. This is the other end. And this is where the tour starts. And I'm going to put you down so I don't fall down these very steep stairs. Kitchen. Trying to shine through the glass, but here's the cook. This is part of the galley where they would eat. They have space for people down there where we can't go. Some games, it's like backgammon. Who sailed on this submarine in World War II. This is one of the hatches at the top. So you climb up this little ladder. I don't know if it's going to adjust for the light or not. Hopefully it will. And there's the hatch. Area here, you'd have 15. There are 15 cots in here for men to sleep. I'm 5'10" and these are shorter than I am. So that gives you an idea of how much space they had to sleep during the day or night. No hardly any space between the two. So that's kind of crazy. This is part of the engine room. Made in Chicago. Lots to see in here. Run, start, stop. Makes sense. Alright guys, I am not one of those people that's really claustrophobic, but I'll tell you what, if you are, this is not the tour for you. It's crazy how tight of an area this is. This so you can see the engine. Pretty nice. This is one of the wrenches. This is the size of my hand versus one of these wrenches. Now you can't tell how tight this is. I cannot walk forward here. I have to walk sideways. Sorry for the bumpiness, but the only way to get through here is to walk sideways. Imagine having to know what all of these do, and that's your entire job, is keeping track of all of these things.
Oh God, it just keeps getting smaller.
come through the last porthole or whatever, not porthole, but doorway, I guess. More torpedoes. Those are the torpedo. Oh, there's one.
Aft torpedo tubes.
There's one right there. Yeah, this one has a torpedo in it. I was wondering where they were, but yeah, there's one down there.
We should take a selfie.
Okay, hold on. And then move. So, and then here is one of the torpedoes. But if you notice, people also slept back here with their torpedoes. So, yeah, I guess if your job was torpedoes, you would sleep back here maybe, I'm not sure, but there are these big rollers here that they can roll the torpedo along. And then if you see, it goes right here. So they would line that up, line this up to that, and then you can roll the torpedo. And this torpedo is the height of this one. So you would pull it out and then roll it right in. Wonder how many people it took to do that. These things are not small. And like I said, and here we go. Up and out. All right, well, we started this tour, got so into it that we forgot to start vlogging. So here's some of the cases with these are all movies, books that included the Alabama. This is one of the staircases, very steep stairs. Some of this is wheelchair accessible, but not all of it, FYI, if you were wondering. Hopefully you guys can see this through the glass, but here's a model of the Alabama. Guns that are on, well, they're not real guns, but
At some point, there was something real here.
there's Jonathan gonna shoot the guns.
Alright, so it looks like this is one of the turrets. This is one of the... I'm not sure exactly how big the rounds were. It doesn't say anywhere, but it looks like you sat on here. You probably...
You moved them from there.
Yeah, moved the guns or something with that little handle.
And you had to
that
aim through that little thing right there.
tiny little sight right there.
That was it.
And you fired these big guns. There's probably somebody behind you pulling this handle or something right here. So, alright, this is the captain's sea cabin. It says, at sea, the captain seldom, if ever, left the bridge area. Here he was immediately available for a call day and night. He rarely had more than a couple hours of sleep without a call. So this is where the captain would hang out. This is chart house, not the restaurant, but the actual chart house for the ship. You can see all the radios and everything up against the wall over there. Right in front of it is the battle bridge.
This is basically all where the captain would.
Yeah, this is the captain's hangout. 16-inch thick steel-plated wall with the ship's controls in there. He could run the ship from inside this steel-reinforced room. What we noticed on the model was that back here, on the aft of the ship, was a little runway or launch for planes with bombs on them. So they have two rails, one here, but this one's missing. So they're in the process of probably restoring it. But here's a crane that they probably used to get the planes onto those rail systems, and there's also a couple more guns back here.
footage as much as we enjoyed the trip there.
Yeah.
If you're interested, they do have their huge website, USS Alabama in Mobile, Alabama. You can buy tickets ahead of time, which we didn't do because we didn't even think about it, but you can buy tickets ahead of time for tickets, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely get a chance. If you get a chance, definitely go there. It was really cool. If you are, into any kind of like, you've got to visit all the battleships or all this stuff, that's definitely one that don't miss that one.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't film a lot. We as much as we used to. We're really trying to live in the moment. So a lot of our videos, are coming out a little bit short because we're trying to enjoy those trips a little bit more. So we're going to start focusing on trying to get you guys some more while still living in the moment of being at these cool places. So
Yeah, because we don't want to do these things and not enjoy the trips because we're so concentrated on capturing content.
Yeah.
Although we do, we know you guys love the content and we love giving it to you and we love looking back on it, but we also don't want to miss the moment.
Yeah, it's really cool to be there. So we definitely want to give you guys the highlights of the different trips and stuff like that. But we're not going to inundate you with a ton of footage. Maybe we'll call it a teaser. So entice you to go and see these things on your own.
And if you have any questions, though, please put them in the comments down below. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys have about our visit or, tips or tricks that we kind of figured out while we were there. And other than that, we do appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah.
If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can also follow us on Instagram at Create and Capture Life. Stay safe, stay healthy.
And live in the moment.
Bye.
Bye.